Welcome back to Miles Reads. I'm Miles. Today, we're unlocking the secrets of sleep. We'll decode the book's core message, how to make your sleep more efficient than ever, and even transform it into a powerful tool for enhancing your mental and physical prowess. In recent years, sports science has advanced by leaps and bounds, with experts focusing on every aspect of improving life. From nutrition to mental health, new research and methods are constantly emerging. Yet sleep, the one activity that occupies a third of our lives, has long been overlooked. You've probably never heard of a sleep coach, and you certainly won't find the job listed on recruitment sites. That's because the author Nick Littlehales created the title for himself. Back in the 1990s, he astutely observed that even elite sports organizations weren't paying enough attention to their athletes' sleep. He knew that quality sleep could dramatically improve a person's work and life. So, Nick took action, helping athletes adjust their sleep habits and embarking on a unique and fascinating career path. The bedroom is typically our most private space. But as a sleep coach, Nick has been invited into the rooms of many famous athletes. He shares that some of their homes are as lavish as palaces, filled with luxury textiles and throw pillows, while others are simple and unadorned, cluttered with all sorts of gadgets. Despite the different styles, these bedrooms had one shocking thing in common. They were all lit up as brightly as a jewelry store display case. In one extreme case, Nick encountered a player who set his bedroom thermostat to 90°F32°C, making the room feel like a sauna. These weren't isolated incidents, they were the norm. The reason is that no one ever realized these common habits were quietly eroding their sleep quality. No one had ever explained what kind of environment is actually best for sleep. For instance, the ideal room temperature is around 63°F17°C. The author, Nick Littlehales, is the former chairman of the UK Sleep Council and the elite sleep coach for the Premier League powerhouse Manchester United. He has also advised top teams like the NBA, Great Britain's Olympic squads, and Real Madrid. Countless sports superstars, including David Beckham, have benefited from his sleep programs, enabling them to train and compete more effectively. In his book, Sleep, the author presents for the first time his core theory, refined over 30 years of research, the R90 Sleep Recovery Program. This program has gained widespread acceptance among elites in sports and business and is hailed as the ideal model for high-efficiency sleep. Next, I will guide you through a new understanding of this vital life process from 3 perspectives: how to create the ideal sleep environment, a deep dive into the R90 program, and the critical steps to take before and after sleep. First, let's look at part 1, how to build a proper sleep environment. Nick points out that we unknowingly do things detrimental to our sleep every day. These details are often ignored. The standby light on an LCD TV that stays on 24/7, the phone charger that's never unplugged from the bedside outlet, or the reflective glass of water on the nightstand. You might be wondering how these ordinary things could possibly affect your sleep. To answer that, let's imagine a scenario. What would you do if you were stranded on a desert island for a day? There's no phone, no computer, no watch. As the sun sets and the temperature drops, you build a campfire. After eating, you chat, look at the stars, and when you feel tired, you fall into a deep sleep. The next day, you wake naturally with the morning light and begin a new day. This pattern of rising with the sun and resting after dusk is the circadian rhythm embedded in our human DNA. Now, let's return to modern life and look at our own bedrooms. Doesn't it feel a world away from that primitive campfire life? Our ancestors slept in sync with natural rhythms, while we are surrounded by the light of various electronic devices. Normally, the body secretes 5 to 10 times more melatonin at night than during the day. Melatonin is a hormone that induces sleep. However, the artificial light in modern life suppresses melatonin secretion, and over time, our sleep suffers. Therefore, creating a dark, quiet, and cool sleep environment is crucial. The author advocates for having 2 things ready in our bedroom: the right bedding and an alarm clock or a wake-up light. First, let's talk about bedding. Before choosing, the author recommends the best sleeping position: the fetal position. This is a side-lying posture where you lie on your non-dominant side. If you're right-handed, sleep on your left side. If you're left-handed, sleep on your right. This allows the less sensitive side of your body to be in contact with the mattress, making it easier to relax. Once you've mastered the position, let's look at how to choose the core piece of bedding the mattress. Many people think mattresses are one size fits all, but this idea is completely wrong. Surprisingly, even professional salespeople rarely recommend a mattress based on your body type. We choose clothes and shoes that fit our mattress should be no different. How do you know if a mattress is right for you? The author provides a simple and effective method. Remove the pillow and covers, lie on your side in the fetal position, and have a family member or friend take a photo from directly behind you. Look at the photo. If your head, neck, and spine form a straight line, congratulations, this mattress is perfect for you. If your head unconsciously tilts down toward the mattress, it's too firm. If your hips sink deep into it and your head is propped up, it's too soft. You might have noticed that this test doesn't use a pillow. That's because a pillow is just a supplementary tool. Its job is to fill the gap between your head, neck, and the mattress, with the ultimate goal of achieving that perfect straight line posture. The author advises against chasing expensive mattresses. The right fit is what matters most. It's better to spend a moderate amount twice in 7 years to replace your mattress than to splurge on an expensive, ill-fitting one. The same principle applies to sheets and duvet covers. Frequent washing is far more important than buying expensive ones. Besides bedding, you can add an alarm clock or a wake-up light to your bedroom. The author particularly recommends a natural wake-up light that simulates the sunrise. It begins to mimic the changing light of sunrise 30 minutes before your set wake-up time, gently easing you out of deep sleep. If you don't want to buy one right away, a regular alarm clock with a silent second hand will also work. That covers the first part. We now understand the importance of respecting our circadian rhythms and how to protect them by creating the right sleep environment. With the environment set, it's time to move on to the core method of adjusting our sleep. Part 2. A detailed explanation of the author's original R90 Sleep Recovery Program. The idea that sleeping 8 hours a night is healthiest is deeply ingrained but not scientific. In reality, very few people can achieve this precisely, and more importantly, it's an average that doesn't apply to everyone. Everyone's optimal sleep duration is different. Some people are natural short sleepers, needing only 4 to 6 hours a night, like former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. Others may need up to 10 hours of sleep, like tennis superstar Roger Federer. Furthermore, sleep needs change with age. Teenagers typically require more sleep than adults. Therefore, forcing yourself to lie in bed just to hit the 8-hour mark is not only a waste of time but also a source of anxiety. So, how long should we actually sleep? The author's R90 theory offers a brand new solution. The core of R90 is to plan your sleep in 90-minute cycles, not in hours. How does it work? It's very simple. First, fix your wake-up time. This is the cornerstone of the entire program. Then, starting from your wake-up time, count backward in 90-minute cycles to determine your ideal bedtime. Typically, adults need 4-5 sleep cycles per night, which amounts to 6 to 7.5 hours. For example, if your fixed wake-up time is 6:30 a.m. and you plan to sleep for 5 cycles 7.5 hours, then your ideal bedtime is 11 p.m. When you first start, you can begin with 5 cycles per night for a full week and observe how your body feels. If you feel you have too much energy, reduce it to 4 cycles. If you're still tired, increase it to 6 cycles. Through this process, you will pinpoint the perfect sleep duration for you and truly take control of your sleep rhythm. This is the essence of the R90 program. It shatters the 8-hour myth and helps us understand that sleep is about cycles and quality, not just duration. You might be thinking, is sleeping for just 4 cycles 6 hours a night really enough? If so, you're still looking at sleep in isolation. Sleep isn't just the time you spend in bed, it's a 24-hour recovery process. Your pre-sleep preparations and post-wake activities are equally important components of sleep. Finally, let's talk about the last part, how to prepare before bed and how to awaken your body after you wake up. Imagine you've been out to dinner with friends and don't get home until after 10 p.m. What should you do? According to the R90 program, if your wake-up time is 6:30 a.m., your ideal bedtime for 5 cycles is 11 p.m., but you've just gotten home and obviously can't fall asleep immediately. In this situation, the best choice isn't to get anxious, but to delay your bedtime to the start of the next sleep cycle, which would be 12:30 a.m. This way, you can still complete 4 full sleep cycles. Won't sleeping an hour and a half later leave you feeling sluggish the next day? This is precisely where the importance of your pre-sleep and post-wake routines comes in. The actions you take during these periods are sometimes even more crucial than the sleep itself. Ideally, you need a 90-minute pre-sleep wind-down period and an equally long 90-minute post-sleep wake-up period. Therefore, the recovery process for the 4 sleep cycles in the previous example isn't just 6 hours of sleep, but a complete 9-hour recovery loop, 90 minutes pre-sleep plus 6 hours of sleep plus 90 minutes post-sleep. So, what should we do during these 90 minutes before and after sleep? First, let's look at the pre-sleep preparation. This time is for allowing your mind and body to transition smoothly into a sleep state. For instance, avoid intense mental activities or heavy meals before bed. You can do some light chores, tidy up, and lay out your clothes for the next day. The author also recommends a very effective method. Take out a pen and paper and write down all the thoughts, worries, and to-do items swirling in your head. When you're done, place the list next to your keys, signaling to yourself that these are things to be handled tomorrow. This simple act can clear your mind, allowing you to fall asleep without a burden. Additionally, there's another crucial detail: breathe through your nose. Mouth breathing significantly increases the risk of snoring and sleep apnea, which severely disrupts sleep. How can you tell? If you wake up with a dry mouth, you are likely breathing through your mouth at night. The author suggests trying nasal strips to open your nasal passages and using hypoallergenic medical tape to seal your lips, forcing you to get used to nasal breathing. Next, let's look at the post-sleep routine. What's the first thing you do in the morning? Most people immediately grab their phones. The author strongly advises, wait at least 15 minutes after waking up before looking at your phone. Your levels of the stress hormone cortisol are highest right after you wake up, and bombarding your brain with information immediately can disrupt your physiological rhythm. So what can you do instead of looking at your phone? You can choose to do some light exercise like walking or yoga. You can also nourish your brain by listening to an audiobook, the news, or any other audio content you enjoy. The author also shares a lazy trick for the weekend. On your days off, still get up at your usual fixed time, do the same exercises, listen to the same audio content, and eat breakfast. If you still feel tired afterward, you can absolutely go back to bed for a nap. This way, you maintain your precious biological clock while still enjoying the leisure of the weekend. That covers the content on pre- and post-sleep routines. The preparation before bed helps us enter our sleep cycles more smoothly, while our actions after waking determine our state for the entire day. And with that, we've covered the essence of the book. We've systematically learned how to use sleep to improve our minds, bodies, and lives from 3 perspectives: crafting the sleep environment, analyzing the R90 program, and managing the critical periods before and after sleep. To summarize: 1. Environment: align with the natural rise with the sun, rest after dusk, circadian rhythm. Use the fetal position straight line test to choose the right mattress, and use a wake-up light or alarm clock to create a dark, cool, and quiet sleep sanctuary. 2. Method: adopt the R90 program, planning your sleep in 90-minute cycles. Fix your wake-up time, count backward to find your optimal bedtime, and experiment to discover your personal sleep code. 3. Practice: make good use of the golden 90-minute windows before and after sleep. Before bed, clear your mind and breathe through your nose. After waking, delay looking at your phone and start your day with exercise and learning. This book doesn't just provide knowledge, more importantly, it corrects many of our common misconceptions about sleep. When you truly master your own sleep rhythm, you might find that you don't need as much sleep as you thought. When faced with an occasional late night, you'll no longer feel anxious about getting 8 hours. Sleep will no longer be a task, but a natural habit. Sleep occupies 1/3 of our lives. By using your waking hours to master it, every single one of your 24 hours will be filled with value. That's all for today. Congratulations, you've just finished another book.